I want people to hear me out. Leandro Trossard, sell. I would sell Leo Trossard. Yes, people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Romario Webster here, and I'm gonna do Arsenal keep, bench or sell. As you know, the transfer window is among us. We finished second again. I don't know how much longer I can do it, people. I'll be honest. Nonetheless, we're gonna go again. Next season, we will be there. But I'm gonna do keep, bench, sell ahead of the transfer window and see who from the Arsenal squad we should stick with, who should get a chance and who just needs to go. So let's get into it. Let's start in goal. We'll go from the keepers to the strikers. Well, the strikers that we have. First up, David Raya. I'd keep. I think David Raya's been good. Won the Golden Glove 2 seasons running now. Played 55 games for us in all competitions last season. I know there's been rumours about Juan Garcia, who we were interested in, but it looks like Barcelona are going to sign him. So yeah, I'd keep David Raya. I think he's a very good goalie, and I think the money could be spent better elsewhere. So yeah, David Raya, I'd keep. Neto, he was on loan from Bournemouth. I'm not going to waste too much time with him. Sell. I mean, not really sell, send back. Don't need him. Into the defence. We'll start with right back. Benjamin White, Benny Blanco, Ben White, whatever you want to call him. One of my favourite players from our current squad. I'd keep him. I'm not going to say bench because I think that's too definitive. However, I do think the man I'm going to mention next has had a great season, and I think they're good rotation options. They've both had difficulties with injuries, but yeah, Ben White keep. The man obviously I just referenced, Jurrien Timber. I mean, what a player. For me, arguably our player of the season. Dutch international, signed from Ajax for around £35 million at the start of last season, and he was unfortunate. He done his ACL and I believe the first game of the season against Nottingham Forest, so it's tough for Timber in his first year, but since he's come back he's been great. Was great in our Champions League run, been great in the Premier League, made 48 appearances in all competitions, and doing that off the back of a ACL injury is quite impressive. So yeah, Jurrien Timber keep. Let's go into centre back. This is going to be quite easy for me, to be honest, because I believe the centre backs that we have at the club, I'm just going to say it, they should all stay. William Saliba, keep. Gabriel Magalhaes, who's about to sign a new contract, keep. And Jakub Kiwior, bench. I bench Jakub Kiwior. I've spoken to a few of my friends about the Polish international. I think he's been good. When Gabriel injured his hamstring towards the end of the season, Jakub Kiwior stepped in. He made 30 appearances for us across all competitions. And I think one thing Mikel Arteta's been guilty of is not rotating the squad enough. And I think if you keep someone like Jakub Kiwior, he's shown he can compete at the highest level. Against PSG, he was impressive. Against Real Madrid, at the Bernabeu and at the Emirates, he had a good game, and that's against the best forwards in the world. PSG obviously went on to win the Champions League. So for me, Jakub Kiwior bench, Saliba and Gabriel. I'm going to say it. Best centre-back partnership in the league. I'm not going to say well because Marquinhos and Pacho, they are looking elite. But Saliba and Gabriel, for me, yeah, keep. On to left-back. I'm going to start at left-back with Alexander Zinchenko. I think so. I think it's time for Zinchenko to go. Mainly because, for me, the main reason would be I don't think Zinchenko is backed by Mikel Arteta anymore. I don't think the manager believes in him. He made 23 appearances last season, and that was only a total of 789 minutes. I mean, my maths isn't the greatest, but 90 minutes, 10 games, 10 90 minutes would be 900 minutes, and he's played essentially less than 10 full matches. So that shows you that the gaffer's not really supporting him. I think he's made some key mistakes over the years when we drew with Liverpool in the 22-23 season, when he got nutmegged by Trent and then we conceded to draw 2-2. You can't blame everything on Zinchenko, but mistakes like that, I think he's not defensively the most secure. So yeah, I'd sell. Ricardo Calafiori. See, this, I'm not, you know what? I mean, it's my video, but I'm not the biggest fan of keep, bench, sell, because it's tough. But Calafiori, keep. I'm going to say keep. I think he's got starter potential at centre-back or left-back. I actually think Calafiori might be better as a centre-back. Now, one of my favourite players from the season, and one of the best things I liked about the 24-25 season, was the emergence of Miles Lewis-Skelly. Fellow Bayesian boy like me as well, so that's why I like Miles Lewis-Skelly. But he played 39 games for the club last season in his breakout year, alongside Ethan Nwaneri, who we'll come on to later, of course. But in the England squad, the left-back position is his. So to be honest, I should probably say bench Calafiori. I am bench Calafiori, keep Miles Lewis-Skelly. He has to be our left-back next season. What a player. Yeah, what else can I say? Miles Lewis-Skelly, you're the boy. boy. Someone I did forget, Takehiro Tomiyasu. I don't remember when I last saw him, bruv. And you know what it is with Tomiyasu? It's a shame because I really like him and he was really good, really reliable for us when he first came in. We played right back, left back, centre back, but he only played once this season, and to be honest, I don't remember him playing. He came on as a sub for 6 minutes against Southampton back in October, and we haven't seen him since. I feel sorry for him, but if it was up to me, I'd sell him, but you just realistically can't sell him, so I guess he's benched. Into midfield. This is where it gets a bit tasty, and for me, you know what it is? I'm looking at our midfield options here, and I'm just underwhelmed. I'm so underwhelmed, but we'll get into that. Let's just start. Thomas Partey, bench. I'd bench him. Thomas Partey, for me, he's played, I think, the most games he's ever played in the season for Arsenal. 52 appearances, just under 4,000 minutes, so he's played more than a key part for us. He's been crucial, to be honest, especially in the Champions League. In the first leg against PSG, many people attributed it to him not being there, which I don't think was true, but he is important. I think we miss the likes of Gabriel more than Thomas Partey. But yeah, I'd bench Thomas Partey. I just think it's time we get someone a bit more fluid in there. Declan Rice, I mean, what do I need to say here? I'd keep him. Of course you'd keep Declan Rice. It's not a question of whether you keep Declan Rice. It's not a question of if you bench him. Give him what he wants. Give him as long as a contract as he wants. Declan Rice, what a player. And you know what? People who hate on Declan, you're just jealous. And you know, I'd be jealous too. I get it, all right? It's understandable, but we've got him. Declan Rice, keep. Mikel Merino, I like him. I mean, the fact he had more of an impact at number 9 than in midfield is a concern. And when he's been in midfield, to be fair to him, he's been okay. He's not set the world alight, but he's not been bad. For me, I'd bench Mikel Merino. I think he's a good squad player. I think that's all he should be. I don't think we should be relying on Mikel Merino. And I think he's the sort of character and player who doesn't mind coming off the bench, starting games here and there, because he seems quite professional. And for me, he would be a bench player. And then this is where, to be honest, people, this is where it gets kind of scary, because the only central midfield player in that area we really have, I know Ethan Nwaneri's there. I'm going to do Ethan next. But Martin Odegaard, captain, he's come under a lot of criticism. And to be honest, I'm one of the people who's criticised him. I like Martin Odegaard. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he should be the captain. I don't think he's the guy who you should hang your hat on to be creating and scoring from midfield. I think he's key. I think if you have someone like who, I know we're not going to get, but like a Florian Wirtz or a Xavi Simons, I think they're a bit more off the cuff, a bit more creative. Even like a Morgan Rogers who can drive with the ball and score. Morgan Rogers, I think he's got at least 10 goals in the league this season, and we saw what he done in the games against us. But someone like that, I think Martin Odegaard is very important to the team. Definitely keep. I'd definitely start him. People suggesting bench Martin Odegaard doesn't really make sense to me. I think he's a good captain. I just personally think someone like Gabriel, Declan Rice, or even Bukayo Saka would be better. That's just my opinion. I think Martin Odegaard could maybe do with not having the pressure of captaincy. Martin Odegaard's obviously going to be Arsenal's captain in the future, and I'm not mad at that. I haven't got a problem. He started 45 games, played 45 games, scored 6 goals, 12 assists in all competitions. He's important. He contributes. 18 goals and assists is a good contribution from midfield. So yeah, Martin Odegaard key. Now, I briefly mentioned him before, Ethan Nwaneri. I mean, what a player. Wonder kid, a classic wonder kid. Turned 18 this season, had a breakthrough season like Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I mentioned earlier. And yeah, Ethan Nwaneri for me, bench. I mean, you'd love to start Ethan Nwaneri, wouldn't you? But I just think at 18 years old, you have to just bed him in a little bit. But I think it's a big season for him next year. We'll stick with the right side. Bukayo Saka, once again, similarly to Declan Rice, William Saliba and Gabriel. I think those are our 4 key players. Bukayo Saka keep. He's set to sign a new contract. He had a huge injury last year, which kept him out for, I think, about 3 months. But he still made 37 appearances, scored 12 goals, and got 14 assists. I actually think Saka was on the verge of having one of his best seasons, if not the best season, and really taking himself to the next level. I feel sorry for him that he had that hamstring injury. Feel more sorry for the fans, to be honest, because I think without Bukayo Saka, we really struggled to replace his output. So yeah, it's just one of them, but Bukayo Saka keep. Reiss Nelson, on loan at Fulham at the minute. He's had trouble with injuries this season at Fulham, not played as many games as he probably would have liked. I'd sell him. Over to the left-hand side. Now, this for me is key. This is where we need to get it right, and I want people to hear me out. Leandro Trossard, sell. I would sell Leo Trossard. Not because I don't like him, not because I don't think he's a good player for the club or for the squad. I just think it's the perfect time to sell him. Leandro Trossard is 30 years old. He played 56 games for us last season, scored 10 goals and got 10 assists. We're too reliant on Leandro Trossard. You might look at that and say 20 goals assists is good in 56 games. For me, it's not bad, but that's in all competitions. I just think you need more. I just think you need more. If you're aiming to win the league or the Champions League, I just think you need a little bit more. And I just think, yeah, the player we're going to talk about next, who everyone knows, is sort of why I'd sell Trossard. But he's had a decent season for me, a good season. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. He's been reliable. He's there when you need him. But we need more than just being there. I need goals. Get me off my seat. Trossard doesn't get me off my seat. And I like him. But he's got to go. Sell Trossard. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Gabriel Martinelli. Big fan. I actually think we should try and use him as a 9 more. He'd be really good there. I don't think we had a choice because we didn't have another option on the left. Raheem Sterling. The less we say about Sterling, the better. But Martinelli, for me, bench. I think I wouldn't sell him. Some people say sell him. He's only 23, 51 games last season, 10 goals, 6 assists. There's a lot of room for improvement. But we've seen him hit 15 goals in the league season before, so there's clearly quality there. I don't know if it's a squad issue, a tactic issue, but for me, Gabriel Martinelli, you keep him around the squad, but I don't think he should be starting. I think we need a new left winger, someone with a bit more excitement who can create something a bit more off the cuff. Martinelli's often criticised for his dribbling. People ask if he's actually Brazilian. But yeah, I like Martinelli. I really like him. I'd definitely keep him, but I think he needs to sit on the bench for a bit. Now, into our 2 strikers. I do that because Gabriel Jesus is a striker by trade, but he often speaks as if he's a winger or not a striker, which isn't good. I'd bench Gabriel Jesus, and similar to Tomiyasu, you're just not going to sell him. Gabriel Jesus is a top player, and I think a player who we miss and has actually lent to the project stagnating because his injuries have just meant he can never hit a full flow of form. So for me, I'd bench Gabriel Jesus. If you could, I'd sell him. Because I think he's a top player that people would want, but his injuries just mean no one's going to spend the money that would make sense for Arsenal to sell. He's on about 265 grand a week, I believe, so that's a problem in itself. I think it's congested the squad, and you can't get another big player in on similar wages to Jesus. So I'd bench him, but only because you can't sell him. Kai Havertz. Now, I'm a big fan of Kai Havertz again, but this is similar to Trossard. I think he's good, but I think there's better out there. Kai Havertz, again, similar to Saka, got unlucky in January. Havertz tore his hamstring, had to have surgery, but he still managed to play 36 games, scored 15 goals and assisted 5 in all competitions. So 20 goals and assists in 36 appearances isn't bad, but once again, it's not great. It's not great. It's pretty much a goal every other game, a goal or an assist every other game, and I just don't think that's good enough. I'm sorry. I think it's good for a squad player. I want us to win the Premier League or the Champions League, and to do that, you need more goals and assists from your individual players. It's just fact. Well, the proof's in the pudding. We haven't won anything in the last 4 years, which have been some of our best years in the Emirates era. So for me, Havertz bench. I wouldn't sell him. I don't think you can sell him. His wages are too high. No one's going to spend the money that would make sense for the club. So I'd bench Havertz. Hopefully we sign a striker. I want Victor Gyökeres, not Benjamin Sesko, but yeah, that's another thing. I don't want to get into the signings because this is a keep, rent, sell video, but if you bring in a Sesko, I think Havertz starts as a 9. If you bring in a Victor Gyökeres, I don't think Arteta's got much choice but to start Gyökeres. So let's see. But I think Havertz should stay, but just not be our sole number 9. Well, people, that's been my keep, bench, sell for the Arsenal squad going into the 25-26 season. Let's see if I'm of the same thinking as the Arsenal board. I've got a feeling I'm not. I've got a feeling we're not going to sell many players. If anyone, I think it would just be contracts running out because it's a small squad. I think there's about 16 players I've just named there, maybe 18 at a push. But yeah, let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Peace!